Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another random JRide Flips live stream. Today we're going to be talking about what is the ideal amount of time that we should and can put into eBay reselling, eBay specifically. And I also want to talk about reselling in general, Poshmark, flea markets, Facebook Marketplace. Some people even resell and do yard sales, so that's cool too. But eBay specifically, how much time should we be putting into eBay? So I want you guys to put in the chat right here. Please put in the chat, on average, how many hours do you work per week and per day on eBay, including sourcing, including shipping, including listing, including not necessarily research. Research is just kind of like a leisurely thing that we do on the side, unless you are researching to list in that very moment. So let me know how many hours per day and or how many hours per week you guys are listing, and go ahead and put that in the chat. So I'll start off with how many hours I work on eBay per day. It has very much changed. So when I first started eBay, a lot of you guys know I owned a pest control company and I was building that full time. Then one day I was watching a ton of YouTube videos I watch a ton of YouTube videos on people opening up basketball cards. I know I'm a super big nerd when it comes to the NBA. I love the NBA and I also love collecting basketball cards. And so I was collecting a ton of basketball cards, and then the YouTube algorithm pushed me struggling. The YouTube algorithm shot me a Gary Vee video about going to yard sales and flipping things online. And Gary Vee is very invested in the reselling community, and he's also invested in the card flipping and card opening community. So YouTube thought it was good to serve me that content, and I'm glad that YouTube did, because I started flipping. I watched Gary Vee's what's it called? Trash talking series, where he I think it's an 8-part series where he went to yard sales, and one was about a thrift store, and he would buy things and then flip them on eBay. So I got interested in that. So I was doing my pest control company, working about 10 to 12 hours a day on that. And then at the very beginning, I was doing eBay for like 30 minutes every other day. Then I made my first sale and I started to make more sales. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. So then I started to do pest control for 8 hours a day and then reselling for 4 hours a day. So I was working 12 hours a day. That's just kind of my personality. I really enjoy working. So I usually work from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sometimes I'm off at 4. Sometimes I'm off at 6. It just works really well with me and my wife's schedule, especially right now. So I was working about 4 hours a day. Then it got to a point where I was doing 6 hours of pest control and 6 hours of eBay. And then about 4 or 5 months into it, I just went full force into eBay. And let me tell you guys, it was a grind. I was working really, really, really hard. I was really trying to build something. So when you include sourcing and listing and shipping and all that good stuff, I was working on average 13 or 14 hours a day. And that is not something that I recommend. It's not a good work-life balance whatsoever, but it was a lot of work to get my store to where I wanted it. Now that I'm at a good place where I'm at right now, I have gone from working 13 or 14 hours a day. And that's not an exaggeration. Like I was working too much on my eBay store. But now I'm to a point where I'm only working, I get up at 7, and by about 7:30, I list anywhere from 10 to 20 items before I go to my first thrift store at 8:30. Then I thrift for an hour at that one location, and then I typically go to 2 more locations. So I thrift for about 2 hours. So that's 3.5 hours. Then I come home and I list about 10 to 20 more items, and that takes me another hour. So that's about 4.5 hours a day. And then my eBay day is done. I have an employee who cleans and preps my items, and another employee who lists a few items for me as well. So I have a really awesome work-life balance there, but it took me 18 months. No, It took me about 14 months. Sorry, it took me 16 months of 12 to 14 hours a day every day, including Saturdays, to get to where I was, to where now I only work about 3 or 4 hours a day on eBay. But then if you count content creation around reselling on TikTok and YouTube, then I still work a full 8 hours a day. And especially with my wife's soccer schedule, she's a D1 athlete. She's going on her first travel trip tomorrow where she'll be gone for 5 days. Really excited for her. Also, very, very proud of my wife. She was just named captain of her D1 soccer team. So love you, honey. You're awesome. But anyway, man, I got sidetracked with my amazing wife. Yeah, so with her schedule, especially with her being gone a little bit, and then she has school, she loves to work as well, and she has this soccer. You know, she's putting in about 10 hours, 12 hours a day too, right alongside me, just in different areas. So we're a hardworking family. We love working hard here. My wife, some people say I'm a type A personality. I'd say I'm like a type B plus, but my wife is a type A plus, man. She is a go-getter, and she gets laser focused and crushes goals. But anyway, it took a lot of hours to get to where I am, and now I can kindly get back into a work-life balance where I'm doing a little bit of eBay, a little bit of YouTube, a little bit of other stuff. If you guys have questions on the other stuff that I do on the side, you guys can ask that as well. Because I like to have my hand in multiple things, doing a bunch of different side hustles and businesses. It's just really fun. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about eBay, about business in general, if you guys have any questions about me and my personal life, I'm happy to answer any questions. Also, what do you think is the best amount of time to work on eBay? Do you guys want to work 2 hours a day? Do you guys want to work full time? Do you guys want to grind and do 10, 12, 14 hours? Is 3 hours good? Is 6 hours good? What is the ideal time to start eBay and reselling and then be done with it for the day and for the week? So let me know. And also, full disclosure here, I make money from YouTube. I make money from these lives. I make money from my videos, obviously, from AdSense and things like that. And one of the most underrated ways to make money as a content creator is on Facebook. They pay a lot of money for long form content on Facebook. So I'm trying to grow my Facebook page, and I'm not very good at it. So I would appreciate a follow and a like on my Facebook page. I have that pinned in the comments. If you guys want to check that out, I'd really appreciate that. But let's go ahead and dive into the live. I'm really glad that everyone's here. I'm sorry that I never schedule these or let you guys know beforehand. I just kind of do them randomly. Like I said, I'm just kind of busy, and just whenever I have 30 minutes to an hour and a half, I like to just hop on and do these lives. So thank you all for being here, and let's hop into this. So Masters Maniac Mexico, one of my favorite subscribers, been here since the beginning, says hello, just finished taking photos. So good to see you. It's good to see you too, man. Welcome back. Caleb says 38 to 45 hours per week. Honestly, I think that's a really good place to be. Is this a pretty big side hustle, or is this your full-time job, Caleb? Caleb sells. Everyone pressure him to do long-form content on YouTube. He's got a couple shorts, but he's got a really good 90-day total. He's really good at picking. He's really good at listing. So he needs to show the world some YouTube. But let me know in the comments if that is really part-time or if it's close to full-time. I mean, sorry, that is full-time hours, but is this what you do to make your money, or do you also have a job and you just go ham on this as well? Around 5 hours a day, 35 to 40 hours a week. Yep, that's an awesome place to be. Hit or miss, but I do around 4 hours, 2 days a week. Yeah, that's awesome. This is a really awesome side hustle and opportunity for a lot of people. So that's cool there. Also, this is the first time that I am doing a live broadcast on multiple platforms. Jeez, slow down. I'm here on YouTube, and I'm also broadcasting live on Facebook for the first time. So if you guys are commenting on the Facebook Live, I'm sorry, I can't see that, so I won't be able to answer those questions. But if you guys have questions in here, drop them in the YouTube chat. And if you guys are watching this on Facebook and have questions, you can type them in, and then I will respond to them later in the comment section. So thank you guys all for being here. What's up, Jake? Nice to see you. Hey, all. Keenan says about 6 hours a day, 36 hours a week. So it looks like you're throwing in a Saturday or a Sunday there. So that's awesome. Good to see. How many of those hours are sourcing and how many of them are listing? Jim says, officially my first week as a full-time reseller. Love to hear it. 8 to 10 hours a day right now to ramp things up. Yep. Sometimes, especially when like a lot of people become entrepreneurs. One of the main reasons why people want to be an entrepreneur is so they can be their own boss. They can make their own schedule. They can do what they want. And then if you're serious about entrepreneurs and you start to make it, you realize that typically in the beginning, you're working 70 to 80 hours a week, sometimes even 100, just to get things off the ground. And then once you get to a point where you're comfortable, you can start to scale it back a little bit, or just keep working just as hard to go to the next level with your business. So it definitely takes a lot of time in any business to make it ultra profitable. But the cool thing about eBay is you can become profitable day one, and you can just put in small amounts of time to get huge returns, which is awesome. Soda City Flips. Jake, I finally caught you live. Thanks for being here, man. Everyone click away and go to Soda City Flips YouTube channel. I'm gonna spend a minute here, give you a pretty decent shout out. Soda Flips is a really cool guy. I mean, I've never met him in real life, and we've only communicated a tiny bit over Instagram and Facebook and YouTube or whatever. But he only has 415 subscribers, and I would love to see 500 subscribers today. So I'm going to talk about Soda City Flips throughout this live, and he's got to get to 500 subs by the end of the night. Dude, Soda City Flips. I met him through the Trash to Cash podcast, which is a really good podcast. I enjoy listening to it. And everyone go show Soda City Flips some love. Congrats. I think you said congrats. Awesome. Got sidetracked with your amazing life. Yeah, I do really enjoy my life. It's a really huge blessing that I can say that. So guys, positivity and eBay and working really hard every day can increase your confidence in your life, can increase enjoyment. And I say this humbly, but if you choose to really enjoy your life, it can be an amazing one. So thanks, Taylor. Everyone go check out Taylor too. Over at Taylor Exchange. His name is Sean, but a lot of people call him Taylor, and I think it's kind of funny to call him Taylor too, even though it's not his first name. How important is leaving feedback for buyers? It's not super important, but I do it automatically because the chances of them leaving feedback in return is very high. Oh, look, I just got a notification on my screen saying someone liked this on Facebook. So that's cool. Everyone go like the live on Facebook. That'd be great. So I leave automatic feedback when people buy things from me. So that way they feel inclined to give me feedback as well. When I wasn't doing that, I say I would get feedback 1 out of every 8 or 9 transactions, but now I get it like 1 every 4. So I'm facing a full 8 days without any items sold and a lot of items without a single view on them. Could you go into the right category choice and other strategies I could use to bring some sales in? Yeah, so I just sold. So like one thing, for example, is some people say I won't buy an item unless it makes me like a certain profit. And I don't know. I don't agree with that ideology. For example, I just sold this Pillsbury Doughboy. I don't know if you guys can see that for $8.87 plus shipping. So I bought that for $1. I'm going to make probably $1.50 off the shipping, and then I'll make probably $5 off of that transaction. So I'll make like $6. But I do that like 8 times a day. So there's $50. And then I make a ton of $15 profit sales. And then I make a ton of $25 profit sales. And I make a ton of like $80, $90, $100 profit sales. So one thing that you can do to help out is have a huge variety of little sales, slightly bigger sales. I like to think of it in terms of baseball. So like when I go out thrifting, I'm looking for like 5 base hits. A base hit is something where I make around $10 profit. Then I'm looking for a few doubles, second base hits where I make $15 to $20 profit. Then I'm looking for some RBIs, which is the third base, where you get 20 plus in profit. I'm looking for a few home runs where I make 50 or more in profit. And then I'm looking for a few out of the parks where I make 80 plus profit per transaction. So just to give you guys a little reference, my average cost of goods is $3.86. And my average sales price, I think, is $41.08. If you guys will bear with me here for a moment, I'll give you the actual numbers. Sales. For the last 30 days, my average sale is $41.29. And for the year, that was for the last 31 days. And then for the year, it is $40.81. So about $41 is my average sales price. Last year, it was $48. So I've come down in average sales because I'm picking up smaller items. And then, yeah, that I'll kind of segue into another point that I wanted to make. Right now, I have 2,500 items in my store. I'm listing 20, and I'm selling on average per day like 17. So I'm growing my store by 3 items every day on average. And I want to get to 3,000 items. And then I just want to stay there. So a lot of people say you have to list the exact same amount of items every single day to be successful on eBay. A lot of people say you have to list every single day to be successful on eBay. And I agree with both of those things, but I don't think it has to be 15 every single day. I don't think it has to be 9 every single day, 27 every single day, whatever it is. So when I get to 3,000, what I actually want to do is when I'm at 3,000, if I sell 22 items, the next day I want to list 22 items. So I'm going to have a draft bank of 250. And then if the next day I only sell 14 items, I'm only going to post 14 items. And then if I sell 27 the next day, I'm going to list 27, so on and so forth. And I want to see if my revenue goes up or down. So I'm interested to see that, because I don't think that you have to be like, a lot of people talk about how like it offends the algorithm if you do 17 today, 18 tomorrow, 17 the next day, 13 the next day, 28 the next day. I think that the algorithm is more geared toward the customer than it is toward the seller. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm going to run that experiment once I get to 3,000, which will probably be about 2 or 3 months from now, maybe 4. And then we'll see me just maintaining this at 3,000, what comes of it. So very long and drawn out and kind of sidetracked answer there, but I hope that helps. Look for $5 profits, $25 profits, $15 profits. I don't look for one specific profit. I look for sell through. So find things that will sell quickly, and you'll always be in good shape. At what point did you decide to hire, and would you hire sooner with what you know now? So I hired around, okay, so I understand the so there's a lot of millionaires and billionaires that I follow, and a lot of them say this is one of the hardest things to do to level up for someone who didn't start with $1 million. The hardest thing to do is getting over hiring out things that don't make you money. So my whole life, I grew up with the ideology, I don't care how much money I make, I'm going to mow my own lawn, because that's just what a hardworking man does. I'm not above anyone else. Like, I'm going to mow my own lawn, right? But now I'm learning the concept of, what if I make $700 an hour and then I mow my own lawn and I lose $700? So the same thing with hiring an employee. If you can hire an employee that frees up more time for you to do what you're better at, which in this business, if you can hire someone to take care of things so you can source more. Sourcing is what makes you the most money in this business. If you can get good at sourcing and if you can get more profitable items, you will make more money on eBay. The problem is a lot of us have to spend the majority of our time listing items, which is okay because that's how you actually make money, is listing the items. But if you can train someone to list for you and free up time for you to go get more profitable items, that's what's going to make you the most money in your business. So I did that when I had, I can't remember the exact timeline, but I think I had 500 listings. And what I did was I had a roommate. I wasn't married yet. So there was me and two buddies. We were living in a house that cost, I think, 2,100. No, it was a little less than that. It was like 2,000. I think it was 1950. So we'll say $2,000. And I had the master room. So they each paid 600 a month. And then I paid 800 to have the master bedroom. And one of my roommates lost his job or whatever. And so I said, hey man, why don't you just work for me? And I will pay you $1,000 a month and pay for your rent. So $1,600 a month. And he worked like part-time for me. And that was my first employee. And it actually worked out really well. Like it was pretty dope. It was pretty dope because he got to live for free. He had to work or whatever, but he got to live in the place for free. And I paid, and I didn't charge him for utilities or anything either. And he was able to make some money as well. So it ended up working out really well. And then I got another employee months after that. And each time I get an employee, I have to make more money than I was before the employee to justify that. So I never get an employee to be lazy. So I can be like, oh, sweet, I'm listing 30. Let me hire an employee so I only have to list 15, or list 0 and just give them all 30. I hire employees so that way I can list 60 because they're doing 30 and I'm doing 30. And if you train them correctly, anyone can list 30 items in 2 hours or 2.5 hours if you train them properly. So if I could get my hands on even more product, I would have 10 employees. But sourcing is my main issue where I live. I believe I will be moving to northern Utah in 2 or 3 years. And when I move to northern Utah, I don't know what social media is going to look like. I don't know exactly what my eBay business is going to look like. But when I move up there, right now I'm able to source about 20 items a day in my town. I'm able to get some products online. And then I travel up north or to Las Vegas several times a month for huge sourcing days. But if I was in northern Utah, I could source 200 items a day every single day of my life. So when I move up north, I'll just decide how much money do I want to make from eBay, and that's how many employees I will hire. So I don't know. Did that answer your question? Sorry. Jeff says, I prob work on reselling 2 to 3 hours, 6 days a week, and have my regular job. That's awesome. Yep, having a full-time job and then making some good money on the side. Guys, don't sleep on bottles and like Stanley's Yetis. I just sold a little Yeti cup that I got for 50 cents for $25. Another little bolo for you guys. Yetis, hydro flasks, some Stanleys. Those are always good. But yeah, no, working 2 or 3 hours. So you're working 15 to 18 hours a week, making however much money you are. That sounds really awesome to me. So yeah, keep that up. I want to grind, but I need a stable item number, not selling nothing. But yeah, you can't just not sell anything and keep going. So you definitely got to make sure that you're picking up items that sell. What does the demographic in Mexico look like for buyers? Do you have people in Mexico buying your items? If so, I would try to do some research on what people in your country are buying. Did you guys hear that voice crack? Man, am I 27 or 14? I would do some research on what people in Mexico are buying and try to look for those items. Do you pay your person by the hour or by piece? By the hour. I pay around $13 an hour for my employees. Sold my first softball bat for $17 plus shipping. Nice. Got a negative feedback. They said the bat was hollow and dead. Guess I have a lot to learn about bats. Any advice? So I have a metallic wedding ring. And so when I buy bats, I hold it in my right hand and then all around the bat, I hit it with my ring. and you can hear if it has dents or cracks. And then you also want to feel it up to make sure that there's no cracks or dents, and then you can shake it, and you may hear a rattle. Sometimes you'll hear water. That's when you know that bat is wrecked and destroyed. If you shake that bat and you hear water, that means it had a crack and water got inside of it. So you definitely don't want to buy those ones. J-Ride, I just started watching and reselling in the last couple weeks. Awesome. I'm from Utah as well, so I'm talking about, and go to the same DIs that you have posted. Hopefully one day I can see you and say hi, appreciate your work. Hey, that would be awesome, Ethan. Sounds like you're in northern Utah. I go up to northern Utah about once or twice a month. And if any of you guys want to put me out of business, the first one that I go to is Springville. I'm there when it opens. Then I go to Provo. Then I go to Saratoga Springs. Then I go to West Jordan. Then I hit up Welfare Square. Then I go to Centerville. Then I go to Layton. So if you guys want to beat me there, let's do it. So if you want to meet me as well, Ethan, hit up the easiest way that you would be able to meet me is Springville at 9 a.m. At least for me, there's no follow button. I can only like the Facebook page. Well, thank you for liking it. I don't know why you can't follow, but it's kind of the same thing, I think. I'm not sure. Caleb says, thanks for the encouragement. I'm full-time trying to get faster at my reselling business to try out content creating as a side hustle. Yep. Yeah. Get your eBay business to a point where you want it to. I did the same thing. So just get that bankroll to where you want it, and then you'll be surprised. I don't know if your personality is like mine or not, but dude, content creation, if you can get over all the negative comments and stuff, it's freaking awesome. So what's your weak point that you need to improve in your eBay business? In my eBay business specifically, it's sourcing. Even with knowing how to source online and traveling here and there, my weakness every day is products. So like I would list 80 items a day if I could find 80 items a day. So it would be items for sure. So if I could find more items, I'd list more items. But everyone in my town, it's hard. It's not. I don't know. I have a ton of contacts. I have people going to storage units for me and stuff, and I don't list junk. I list things that people actually want and will buy. So the hardest part is getting enough items for people to list in my store. Gail says, hi, Jake. I want to work 3 to 4 hours max per day. I have 3 kids. I'm homeschooling. That's awesome. I'm sure you watch the homeschooling picker, and Commonwealth Picker also homeschools his children, and they do the reselling thing. So that's really awesome. It's an awesome side hustle to have, and it's really cool. So yeah, 3 to 4 hours a day sounds really good. Teaching your kids probably for 3 or 4 hours a day, and then doing the mother and father duties around the house probably takes 3 or 4 hours a day, and then you go to bed, right? Sounds like a pretty awesome work-life balance to me. So keep it up. Been a bit since I made it to a live. Hey, thanks for being here. That's awesome. Again, 90 of you guys here. Everyone, thanks for coming out. I want to shout out Soda City Flips. He's a really awesome YouTuber. He's a very down-to-earth guy. He'll let you know about his wins, but what's even cooler is he'll let you know about his losses and his failures. So when I shouted him out, he had 415 subscribers. He now has 419, and I will not rest until he has 500. So everyone leave the stream right now or open up another tab and go follow Soda City Flips. He's a cool guy. Listing and listening. That is the best way for lives. Okay, guys, I hope this doesn't come across as arrogant. I just want you guys to know that like if you put a lot of time and effort into this, you guys can do really well. It's been 29 minutes, and we just got our third sale. This is a pair of sunglasses. It's the brand. You guys know I suck at pronouncing names, and you don't have to know a ton about what you're selling to sell them. Tahari. These are some Tahari sunglasses. Nothing special, but they sold for $18 plus shipping. So it looks like it'll be about $23. Pick up sunglasses. That one guy says, don't fall in love with what you want. Fall in love with your customers. Do what they want. We don't have the money. Our customers have the money. Keith Cunningham. That's really good advice. especially in eBay, everyone is so enthralled with the algorithm that they forget about the customers. Don't ask yourself, how does the algorithm want me to list this? How does my customer want me to list this? Don't ask yourself, what return policy does the algorithm want me to have? What return policy does your customer want you to have? Does the algorithm want me to put measurements on the clothing, or does your customer want you to put measurements in your clothing? Like, really nail down what your customer wants. Tone Morris, hey, I recognize you from Instagram. Thanks for reaching out, keeping me updated on your journey and asking questions. If any of you guys ever want to ask me questions, Instagram, I'm a lot slower to get to, but you guys can email me at jwrightflips@gmail.com for any questions or anything you guys would like. Tone says, I have a buyer who reached out claiming defect on the Rowenta iron of all things. How do I proceed to avoid negative feedback? I tested it and it worked and don't mind taking a return. Yeah, just take a return and you have automatic feedback protection. So if they return it and you refund them, if they leave negative feedback, it won't even go into the eBay system. And if they leave negative feedback before it gets to you, if you refund them the money, it will automatically be taken away because you refunded them. Soda City Flipper says, dude, you're amazing. Thanks for the shout out. Everyone go subscribe. Let's see. He was at 419. He was at 419 a couple of minutes ago. And now he's at 425, 6 more. That's what I'm talking about. We need 75 more subscribers for Soda Flips. Let's get him to 500 tonight. No, let's get him to 500. Let's get him to 500 before 3 o'clock. We got 34 more minutes. Let's get him 75 more. Master Maniac says sub it out for Soda, although I have stopped to watch the Trash to Cash podcast as I find far too distracting. I see no value in entertainment instead of learning something. Kevin, though, I follow. They are very upfront about how they are not even a reselling podcast. It's just strictly 3 guys that happen to resell that just have a good time and talk to each other. So if you're looking to learn something, that's not the place to go. But I just like being within the community of resellers. So. Hey, JK chat. Hey, what's up, Anthony? Thanks for being here. Thanks for the subs, guys. Says Soda City Flips. Yeah, he's doing great. The Flippin' Nelson says, do you live in a big metropolitan area? I just don't know if I could source that amount. No, I live in what I call so it's called St. George City. So it's officially a city, but I would just say it's like a big town. My whole county, I think, has like 120,000 people, and my metropolitan area has, I think, 70,000 people. So we have one big thrift store and then like 3 super tiny mom and pop thrift stores. So I wouldn't say that that's big at all. I don't know about you guys, but I live 2 hours away from Vegas, which everyone knows how big Vegas is. And then I live 4 hours away from northern Utah, where there's like 2.2 million people. So all you gotta do is just, drive for 8 hours there and back for Utah, and then just drive 4 hours there and back for Vegas. So it works out. Hey, Jay Ride, just found your channel recently, and I love the videos. Very interesting and informative. Great stuff. Hey, thank you so much. That's really awesome to hear. I really appreciate it when you guys say things like that. Listing at your 3,000, will you list similar items to what you sold, or just the number of items? So I just list what I find, and I find relatively the same items every day. And so when I'm at 3,000, if I sell 17, then I'll put up 17, and it'll just be the next 17 items in my queue. So the way that I list is I draft anywhere from 30 to 40 items per day. And then when I wake up in the morning, I launch 20. I'm currently doing 20 right now. And so the way that I list is I just go to the draft bank and I list the first 20. I don't care if it's 20 articles of clothing, I list 20. I don't care if it's 3 pairs of sunglasses, 2 remotes, 9 pairs of clothing, a waffle maker and a pan. I just do the first 20 no matter what. And I don't say, I want to list around $500 or around $2,000. It's just whatever is the first 20, because they all just go through. Hey, how's it going? What's up, Jay? Remington wet to straight was your only recommendation, Bubba, for straightening irons? Yeah. No, go to my video called "This Not So Talked About Niche Made Me $2,000." I'm doing that in the thumbnail. Just go to my channel and sort from most viewed videos, and I think that's like the 6th or 7th one. It should have like around 9,000 views or something like that. I talk about straighteners and stuff in that. Soda City Flip says, I list what I can when I can. I'm part-time. I try to list at least 5 items a day. Sometimes that number is bigger. Sometimes it's smaller. It works for me. Yep. Good stuff there. Again, we have new people coming in and out. I am personally trying my hardest to get Soda City Flips to 500 subscribers. Everyone click away from my live and go to Soda City Flips and give him a subscribe. He started with 415 and he is now at 425. He needs 75 more subscribers. Come on, guys. Everyone go give him a sub and let's show him some love. Let me make sure. Yep. Okay, everyone go subscribe to Soda City Flips. Hopped on late and getting caught up. You list 20 to 40 daily. Yeah, I draft 30 to 40 daily and I launch 25 every single day, including Saturdays and Sundays. I don't work on Sundays and I sometimes work on Saturdays, but because of the draft bank, I'm able to list 20 items every single day of the year. Ball mason jars, Bolo. Yep, mason jars can sell for a little bit of money too. The voice crack still happens when you're 33 too, so it never goes away, man. Taylor Exchange says, I think moving to a better sourcing location is a good idea. How much income were you making to pay out $1,600 a month? At that point, so I also had him spraying some of my pest control accounts as well. So with both those businesses, I was making over 30 grand a month for sure. Online business in Mexico is picking up, but very slow. Hey, that's awesome. The majority I sell is international. Facebook sells good, but it's really dangerous here. And I already took some strong hits on that. Yeah. Doing reselling in a developing countries is definitely a lot tougher, but yeah, just keep working hard, doing what you need to, and it'll get better. Roger says he's in Late in Utah here. Sweet. Send me an email and maybe we can just actually meet up sometime. Late in Utah is cool because all within the same parking lot, there's a Savers, a Deseret Industries, and a Goodwill. Like all 3 of them are right next to each other. And they're not the best thrift stores in northern Utah, but having 3 of them all right there is awesome because you can hit a ton of stores really quick. I'm looking for a way out, cross list and so forth, but lately nothing works. Keep on is the only way I see right now. Yeah, just keep on keeping on. Anybody got any extra money I could borrow? Man, I think everyone could use that. 420. Hi, love your advice. Is it really better to have a store or just do auctions? I have about 50 to 60 items, just retired, so trying to do some extra monies. Yeah, I haven't done an auction in a year and a half. So I've done just under $500,000 in sales on eBay, and I think auctions account for like $340 of that. So I don't do any auctions, virtually no auctions. Cass says, do you get a lot of negative comments? That would surprise me so much. Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially on TikTok, but that's okay. Like, I thank everyone for their negative comments because it just gives me a boost in the algorithm. So all engagement is good engagement. So like my favorite thing is I average 98.5% likes on all my videos. So that means 1.5% of people hate me and still watch my videos just to give it a thumbs down. And the only thing they're doing is helping my video get out to more people. So I love it. It's awesome. Do you give your eBay password to your coworkers when they list for you, and who decides the price, you or them? I don't. So I've taught them how to list, and then I have them price everything at 99 cents. And then when I have free time or right before I go to sleep, I adjust the price to what I want it to be. Oh, hey, I got a live. Keep missing them. That's from Facebook. That's awesome. If you guys are on Facebook and leave comments, I can see them in here. So that's dope. Good to know. Soda City says, I fail a lot, LOL. Hey, everyone does. That's what I love the most about your channel and other channels. A lot of people say that they really like my channel because I share with you guys like failures that I've had, which if you want to be a successful business person, you have to fail over and over and over again. So I don't know why some people shy away from sharing their failures. But yeah, I mean, you cannot make $1 million without making a mistake. Like you're going to make several hundred, several thousand, maybe even tens of thousands of mistakes before you make $1 million. So nothing to be ashamed about. I want to try to improve that culture here on YouTube in general, but especially in the reseller community. Dude, who cares that you bought a decorative plate for $4 and it never sold? Like that's okay. we all make the mistakes. So someone just left me a negative comment on a positive feedback, said a CD player didn't work, but left a positive. What do I do with that? Just leave it. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it if it's positive. You turned me on to cameras and flat irons. Found a Sony Handycam today. Easy flipping. Yep, Sony Handycams are awesome. They sell for really good money. And then all you have to do is just buy a 98-cent wire, and you can plug it into your computer and make sure that all the settings work. So I just hit 1,000 items this weekend. Congratulations. That's an awesome milestone. I remember hitting 1,000. It was a really cool day for me as well. I even wrote it on a calendar. So cherish that day. Rich says, I'm glad you live in a small town with one big thrift. It seems to have forced you into an everything seller. Thanks for sharing all you do. It's helping me greatly. Thanks. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of people say I'm only successful because I live in Utah. But I don't know, like a lot of people here on YouTube are really successful in Florida and really successful in North Carolina and really successful in Vegas and really successful in Tennessee and Kentucky. So I really think it's, if you look for yellow cars, you'll find yellow cars. If you say your situation sucks, it will. If you say it's great, it'll be great. I found a brand new inbox black and steam iron for very cheap. No clue how to list it. I usually was forced onto vintage toys, but I'm more and more moving to shop to an everything seller. Yeah, just type in the model number and copy someone else's listing, put it up. That's what I do. I never do listings from scratch. So like if I wanted to sell this book, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, I would go, I do everything on my eBay, on my app. All right, guys. Okay, guys, are you ready for this? Huge sell. I have a Buxton wallet. I have it listed for $8.39 plus $5.87 shipping, and someone offered me $5 for it. We're gonna accept it because that was a mistake from like 6 months ago. And we're just going to let it fly. I'm glad to have $5. Okay. Again, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Let's see if this even sells on eBay. So I would type in The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It came right up. Okay. And there are 2 sold. See how there's 2 sold? So I would just type on this. I would just click on that. And then it's going to say, sell one like this. And then boom, now I just take my photos. Boom, take some awesome photos of it. And then I'm just gonna check here to make sure The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, paperback book, BK. I would add into here the author, Taylor Jenkins Reid. And then I would just briefly make sure that the item specifics look okay. Put in very good condition. I'd scroll, I'd put my price in, put my flat rate shipping, and then I'd list it. So like if you come across something that you don't know much about, just copy someone else. You guys let me decide here. We have a Microsoft wireless laser mouse 6000. I have it listed for $23.90. Someone messaged me and said, I would like to make an offer for $20 plus shipping. Do you guys think we should accept that? I think we should definitely accept that. Go ahead and make the offer. Sweet. All right. Hello, Jake. Does it matter when you're posting if you do from 11 p.m. into the next day at 1 a.m.? Should I be posting all times before midnight. Tell your wifey congratulations on the new captain title. Thanks. I'll do that for sure. Thank you so much. So coming from a guy who loves numbers and loves studying the algorithm, it doesn't matter. It might matter like 0.00001%, but it doesn't matter whatsoever. My best TikTok was posted at 3 a.m., and that's the worst time to post on TikTok. My best YouTube video was posted at like midnight, one of the worst times to post on YouTube. Algorithms don't really care about when things are posted. It's just how they're posted. So what I recommend is you post the same amount of items at the same time every single day. So you yourself as a business owner can stay consistent, but it does not directly heavily affect the algorithm and whether or not you are going to be selling your items, in my opinion. Loving you from Seattle, Washington. Hey, thanks so much. Soda says, figure it's worth mentioning, I'm also in a friendly competition with Biscuit Butt, race to 100K subs. He's winning. You guys can change that, Ella. That's what I'm talking about. Again, for everyone that wasn't here, I am trying to get Soda City Flips to 500 subscribers. I'm no Harry Tornado. Harry Tornado would have just had to say it once and he'd be at 1,000. But I'm trying to get Soda City Flips to 500, and he is currently at 430. So we've gotten him 15 subscribers. We need to get him 60 more. So I do not mind if you guys click away from this live and go follow and sub to Soda City Flips. Let's get our guy to 500. And then he says, hello, caught alive. Hey, glad to have you here. Thanks. Taylor says, I think I need to get into pest control. Nice. Yeah, no, pest control is really awesome. It became a job for me because I sold it door to door for another company for 5 years. And then I started my own company. But yeah, that's probably like one of the easier ways to become a millionaire for sure. If you just stick with pest control for a while, the margins are nuts. You can sign people up for, in the average neighborhood in America, you can sign people up for 5 visits a year at $139 per visit. The product is going to cost you less than $2 per house. And if you just knock doors, that's free advertising, and you can just get almost 100% profit. You can pay a technician $13 an hour to do 10 of those a day. So and that takes like 5 hours. So if you wanted to, you could pay $13 an hour for 20 jobs a day for 8 hours. So that would be about $100 to make 2,500 a day. So yeah. If you want to start a pest control company, it's a really awesome company. It's one of the reasons. I started one for a reason, and then I was able to sell it to multiple companies for a good price as well. So I was your 420th sub for Soda. Oh, okay, that's awesome. Thanks all so much. Yeah, everyone keep showing the love. I'll be sure to do some binge watching on your channel, Soda, for sure. Yep, everyone go show Soda that love. Have you thought about opening a Discord to bond your community together? Yeah, so a lot of people keep mentioning that, and I wouldn't mind doing it. I just don't really understand the platform very well because I'm a Patreon for Trash to Cash podcast, and I still can't even figure out how to get into the Discord. So like, I could easily learn how to do it, and maybe I'll look into it a little more, but I just need to do some research and see what's going on. No problem. I'll have to stick together. I didn't realize I was watching on Facebook, Ella. No, yeah, that's awesome. And I'm really glad that comments come in from Facebook. So that's awesome. This is really exciting because it also allowed me to do this through Discord. So that's another reason why I need to look into Discord. I don't know. This will be awesome. Outsourcing, have a rough one today. LOL, not finding much. Did find a Bose Wave radio. They wanted 60. Yeah. Depending on the radio, did it also have, so here's the radio. And then did it have that extra 3 where you can put more discs in? Because those together sell for like 280. But yeah, 60 is a bit much, but it would have sold for about 100 plus shipping. So a little bit of room there. But yeah, rough sourcing days are always the worst. And it happens, especially if you live in a smaller town, which is okay. Just keep grinding. D-Web says, how come when I get a return, sometimes it automatically gives the buyer a shipping label and sometimes it asks me to provide the shipping label? It's most likely those people that you have to provide a shipping label for are in Puerto Rico. or the Virgin Islands or Hawaii, because for whatever reason, eBay just won't automatically make that for you. All right, guys, we sold that Buxton wallet for $11.11. I got it for $1. Fees on it will probably be, we'll say $2, probably like $1.70 plus the 30 cents. And then to ship it out will probably be like $3.70. So if you add all that up together, we made like $5 on that. Now, that's not the profits that I'm looking for, but I'll take it. Tom with the $3 super sticker. Hey, thank you so much, Tom. This is like, I don't know, your 8th or 9th $3 super sticker that you've given me. I'm so very appreciative for that, Tom. Thank you very much. Jake, I would love if you were ever in the Philly area to learn from you in person. Like I'd like to see what I miss when I'm out thrifting, or someday I'll make it to Utah. LL. Yeah, I would love to meet a bunch of the subscribers, especially the ones that have been here for a while. So if I'm ever in Philly, I'll let you know, because I like to travel and I really enjoy watching the Jazz beat other teams in their own arenas. So maybe I'll watch the Jazz beat the 76ers one day when we're good again. We kind of suck right now. But all right, guys, we're going to see how many followers Soda. He's at 434. He's gaining. He's gaining. Everyone keep showing love to Soda City Flips. We got to get him to 500 subscribers. Adam says, you have to figure out what you want to sell and how to source it. Rachel Strickland lives in a very small town and she's very successful. Yeah, I have full confidence that you could drop me off anywhere in America and I'll make $100,000 in under 100 days. I completely believe in myself in that. Matt says, when and at what milestones did you begin to see your eBay store take off? So that's like one of the weirdest things about eBay is most businesses have the compounding effect, and eBay is very lateral. So it's like in most businesses, it's really hard to make 100, but then it's easier to make 1,000, and it's easier to make 10,000 than it was 1,000, and it's easier to make 50,000 than it was 10,000. And like on YouTube, it was really hard to get to 100 subscribers, but then it was easy to get to 1,000. And same, but not the same with eBay. eBay is just very consistent growth. So like I don't see huge dips and I don't see huge swings. It's just a machine that if you feed the machine, it will crawl up that hill for you. So I really like this as kind of like a foundational business where I know that I will get this much money if I put in this much effort. And then it's good to have, and then I like having this YouTube and TikTok and other projects that are more exponentially growers because it's just a good diverse platform. So that's why I really like eBay. eBay, in my opinion, it's really easy to make $100,000 a year if you put in enough groundwork, and then you can continue to make $100,000 a year working like 2 or 3 hours a day. So that's why I love eBay so much. It's significantly harder to scale, and you're not just going to go from 100,000 to 1 million like other businesses. But it's in my opinion, it's a lot easier to make $100,000 buying things for $2 and selling them for $50. And you can do that multiple times a day, every single day of your life on eBay. Don says, hey, J-Ride, how's the live going? Hope everyone's doing good. I'm enjoying the live. It's going pretty well. We've been going for 53 minutes. We have 113 people in here, and we are trying to get Soda City Flips here on YouTube to 500 subscribers. And it's going pretty well. He's gotten a few subscribers, so we really hope everyone goes and takes a look at his channel. Josh says, how's it going? I'm going to just listen while I take apart a couple of the sewing machines. That's what I'm talking about. I've sold a couple sewing machines, and they're always available at my thrift store for $15. So it's definitely a profitable niche. You found a good one. Robert Martin says, it's very refreshing to hear that. I'm doing a lot of things you do. It just seems like common sense. Let me know if I'm on the right track. Just started selling in March. I don't know what you're referring to because we've talked a lot in this live. But yeah, I'm sure you're on the right track. If you have another question, let me know. Jake, are you using the AI description on the mobile eBay app? I don't really use a description at all. I just Like I don't really, unless there's like a major flaw, I put that in the description. But other than that, I just copy and paste the title into my descriptions, and I sell thousands. So just got one more sub from me. I think you're talking about Soda City Flips. So thanks. Yasmin Williams says, is there a brand of men's shirts you don't comp and just automatically pick up? Oh yeah, there's several. My favorite is Bad Birdie. It's a golf polo shirt. Those things sell immediately for really, really high margins. J Ride says, what's up? And the majority of the clothes that I buy, I don't comp because I just know, I know what brands sell well. And then if it's not just a boring old black or white or navy blue shirt, if it actually has a pattern, it sells for more. So I don't have to look them up to buy them. Jared, what up? Hey, man. Based Card Collector said subbed So City Flips. That's what I'm talking about. Boom. Just sold a DeWalt 12-volt drill and driver, new in box, tool only for $125 plus shipping. Got it for $10. Yeah, man. Those are the flips that I'm talking about. Like, if you can just do that once a day with 7 other items that make you between $5 and $25 profit, you can make $100,000 in, I don't know, half a year. I do live in the same town as Harry Tornado. Oh, that's sick. And run into Josh and Haley from time to time. We're actually playing a good tournament together next month. Flippy McFlipperson and Rewild Reselling are playing with us as well. Golf tournament. Yeah, Flippy McFlipperson is one of my favorite channels as well. Rewild Reselling. I'm not familiar with them, so I'll go subscribe right now. Rewild Reselling. Oh no, yeah, I know who that is. Yeah, he's a lot bigger on TikTok. He's got the he's got that little tuk van. Yeah, no, and he's like the face of sneaker racers. I have a few of those. Yeah, he seems like a really cool guy. That golf tournament sounds really fun. Finally caught me alive. That's what I'm talking about, poor boys. Thanks for being here. Did I see somewhere, or did you say that you are a Dallas Mavericks fan as well? Yeah, so growing up, I really liked Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki. I hated the Suns, so it sucked that Steve Nash went to the Suns because, I live like 4 hours away from – not 4. I live like 7 hours away from Phoenix. They're probably one of Utah Jazz's biggest rivals, so don't like the Suns. But, yeah, I like Luka Doncic. I like Jason Kidd. I like the Mavericks. I like Dirk Nowitzki. I like Steve Nash. So I'd say my favorite team by far is the Utah Jazz, obviously. My second team is the Dallas Mavericks. And then one of my favorite teams of all time was a very obscure Pacers team that had Danny Granger and Paul George. I really liked that team growing up. Unfortunately, Danny Granger has no knees. And Paul George broke his leg defending LeBron. So it happens. But yeah, the Dallas Mavericks are probably my second favorite team. I also really like the Grizzlies. I really love Mike Conley, so I was super pumped when he came to the Jazz. Then I really liked Ja. I hope that Ja can straighten up and he doesn't have to be like the most incredible person, but hopefully he can just keep his off the court antics a little cleaner, so he can continue to perform in the NBA, because he's currently serving a 25-game suspension, which sucks because he's one of my favorite players. But yeah, we are pretty close to not having any questions. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat, whether it's about eBay, business in general, anything that you'd like to know about me. You guys can ask me any question. We have 2 goals for the live chat today. One is that you guys follow and like my Facebook page, which is linked in the description. And then also that you guys follow Soda City Flips. We want to get him to 500 subs. And actually, will one of you guys put in the chat how I can make someone a mod? I've never made someone a mod before. Do I just I'm going to make Soda City Flips a mod. Add as a moderator. Can manage blog words. Managing moderator. Boom. Okay, Soda City Flips. I just made you a mod. Go ahead and put your YouTube channel link in the description, so that way it's easier for people to sub to you guys. So I would really appreciate it if you guys liked and followed my Facebook page, so I can continue to grow that. And then and if you could like this live on Facebook while you're there as well, that would be cool. And then if you guys could go sub to Soda City Flips, we want to get him to 500 subscribers. For those of you that have been watching for a while, you're probably annoyed by this already, but let's check the update. 437. Yep, he's getting there. So he just needs another 60 or so. Back to the questions. I would love it if you guys kept asking questions so we could keep this going for a while. Oh, wow, guys. So this is what I'm talking about. You want to have a bunch of smaller sales and bigger sales. We just sold a Canon PowerShot SX280HS for $135. Oops. $135. So this hour, we've had 5 sales. Most of them are pretty small, but I think we've done about, I don't know, $250 in sales in this hour. So the power of the live stream. Don P says, what about Sean Bradley? Sean Bradley is awesome. So I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I'm a Mormon, and he is as well. And so he's a really cool guy. I've met him multiple times in real life because I go to a family reunion right in the center of Utah at Joe's Valley, and that's the town that he's from. So I've seen him multiple times in my life. And unfortunately, he had a really, as you said, so sad what happened to him. Yeah, he was in a biking accident, and he is now paralyzed. And he is massive. Like if the average person sees someone that's 6'8", it's like, wow, that person is tall. Sean Bradley is 7'6", 10 inches taller than 6'8", which is a really tall person. So seeing a 7'6" person in real life is like, it's a wild experience. But yeah, Sean Bradley, really cool guy. Really unfortunate what happened to him, but he still has a really, really positive outlook on life, which is awesome. Andy So Meta says, hey, Jake, how's it going, Andy? Andy is very, very proactive in the reseller community. I see him in a ton of lives. It's really good to see you. Thanks for being here. Is that Al or AI says, what are your thoughts on the Rockets offseason? I think that they got the steal, maybe not the steal of the draft, but they got a steal in the draft. Picking up Cam Whitmore was an awesome piece. Getting one of the Thompson twins was awesome. Jalen Green, I'm still not convinced yet. I think he's going to be a really good player, but he's a bit too highlight centered. If he can play more team ball and really focus on a championship mindset instead of a highlight mindset, I think that it can go good. I think they overpaid for Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet, but yeah, I think they're a play-in team still, so they'll probably get the 7th seed, and but I don't think they'll make it to the second round of the playoffs. But they do have a good core, so watch out for them in the next 3, 4, 5 years. But I don't think they're going to make too much noise this year. Harley says, finally caught alive. Love all your content and information. Recently went full-time and have seen great improvements in my sales with more time to dedicate along with your tips and inspiration. Hey, thank you so much for that. That's awesome. Really hope that you keep it up. Thanks for all you do. Hey, thank you for that comment. 3 dots on the side. Hey, thanks. I was trying to mod. Okay, so thanks, Don. So Soda City Flips, are you modded? Soda City Flips, I think I made you a moderator, so you could tag your YouTube channel. Yep, you have the little wrench next to you. So Soda City Flips, go ahead and put your YouTube channel in the chat so we can get you some more subs. Texas said, I did go to Soda City Flips and sub just now. You are getting close. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Soda City Flips, how many are you at now? 440. Let's go. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. 60 more. Hi, Jake. How long have you been in Daily Refinements group, and what is your advice to get the most out of it? I just joined last week. I was in the Daily Refinements group for about 3 months, but I'm no longer in it. I joined it to learn a little bit, and I learned a lot. So Chris at Daily Refinement, I give the credit for teaching me the most about eBay than any other YouTuber. And then I joined the group so that way I could be around a ton of like-minded people when I launched my YouTube channel. So that way I could have have a boost of 2,500 like-minded people knowing about my YouTube channel. So I had a good experience while I was there. I never went to any of like the live calls, but I went to like 3 or 4 right before I left. And Chris's morning call it's a good habit to get you into your morning mood. And then Tech and Sports has amazing calls every Tuesday. I never went to any of those live, and I probably listened to maybe 2 of them. And it's a really good group. I recommend that the average beginner goes to that group. There's a lot of really, really valuable information there, and they do a really good job of teaching people how to be successful. Master Maniac Mexico says, if you drop a like now, you'll also have a sell within the next 24 hours. That is not science, but faith always helps. 24 hours. A lot of people say that you get a sell within an hour of liking a reseller's live. So we'll see what happens. If you guys want to like the video, cool. I appreciate it. Thanks. By the way, are you going to eBay Open in Philly? In Philly, probably not. There's a Boss Reseller Remix in Vegas, I think, in October. And I'll most likely go to that, which should be really fun. You're welcome. I will watch your channel also. So the City Flips. So I'm talking about. YouTube question here. When did you decide you had enough subscribers to do your first live? So like I said, it took me like 11 days. It took me 10 days to get to 100 subscribers. And then on day 11, I had a video go off, and I went from 100 subscribers to 1,500 in like 4 hours. And then like 10 hours after that, I was at like 2,200 subscribers. So I did my first live at 2,200 subscribers. And I think at one point we had like 48 people in the chat, which was really in the live, which was really awesome. So I think at 500, you could definitely do one. There's another smaller YouTuber. I can't believe, I feel super bad because I'm forgetting their name, but they had like 600 subscribers, and they had like 17 people in their live at one time. So that's a good number too. So honestly, Soda City Flips, I think you could do a live and people would show up. Victor says, I used to work for the Spurs in the mid-90s. That is so awesome. Seeing all the 7-foot guys was unreal, especially Shaq. That dude is a legit giant. Dude, one of the coolest pictures on the internet is type in Kevin Hart, The Rock, Shaq, and Yao Ming. It is wild. You just see, like, Kevin Hart looks so tiny compared to The Rock. And then The Rock looks so tiny compared to Shaq. And then Shaq even looks tiny compared to Yao Ming. It's incredible. But yeah, that's awesome that you got to work with the Spurs. Were you on like the medical staff or broadcasting or what? My dream job is to be a general manager of an NBA team. That would be so sweet. How much did you net in July? Just through eBay or through reselling? Through reselling, it was just under 20,000. Slowest month of the year for sure. Just on eBay, it was probably like 14,000, maybe 13. And then, selling a ton of bats and baseball gloves and basketballs and stuff to sporting stores here in town, I make like $3,000 to $5,000 a month. Sweet. Yeah, everyone go ahead and subscribe to Soda City Flips on his YouTube channel. Really awesome to see the support of you guys. Cindy says, hi, Jake. Hi, everyone. I finally caught you live. Yeah, I'm really excited that I'm able to do this on YouTube and Facebook now. I think it opens it up to more opportunities for people to see it who normally couldn't. So I'm really excited about that. What percentage do you use for promoted listings? 2.6%. I do 2.6% across all of my listings, whether they need or don't need a promotion. I'm friendly with Katie and Vicky. Nice. Wow, that's great growth very quickly. Yeah, it just takes 1 or 2 really good videos. So I'm very grateful for the shout outs that I've received. I received a shout out early on from Daily Refinement, and I was just on Let's Do Lunch, a reseller's podcast, and I've received a few shout outs here and there. And shout outs really help. But a lot of people think in order to grow on YouTube, you need like a ton of shout outs. But the best thing for growth is to just have a really good video. So it's hard to calculate exactly but I think I got about 200 to 300 subscribers from Daily Refinement's shout out, but I got over 2,000 subscribers from one video. And then I have another video right now that's getting a ton of views that I've already gotten like 700 subscribers just from that video. So just put out really good content. YouTube is learning a lot about you and about your audience. And once you get that 1 or 2 videos, it'll really start taking off more and more. I don't know what that word means. Memory. Let's see. Do I have an idiotic memory? Idiotic memory. The ability to vividly recall an image you were exposed to, but only briefly. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I can, like, when I think of things, I see it in my head. You guys want to know, like, the weirdest thing about me is I'm constantly singing. And some people say this is a gift, but it's a curse. I can sing a song out loud, sing a different song in my head, and listen to a different song on the radio all at the same time. And so every single second of my life, people don't believe me, and it's fine. But every single second of my life, there's a song in my head. Every like, I have to mute a lot of my videos, my sourcing videos and stuff, because I'm constantly humming or singing a song. So I have to mute it and do a voiceover. It's funny, but yeah, I'd say so. Tropical Badger says, found a vintage AM/FM receiver with a good sell-through rate. It weighs 30 pounds. Will the 12 by 12 by 12 USPS hack still work? Yeah, so it will on calculated priority, but it won't on ground. Ground, it'll be about the same. So what I've actually been doing I've changed my hack a little bit. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, when I do shipping, instead of weighing and measuring everything, I just put 12 by 12 by 12 with the weight, and then it ends up being a good price. But with Ground Advantage, what I've been doing is just putting 12 by 12 by 13, and it ends up being a really good rate for the buyer and for the seller. I'll probably need to do a video. I'm sure a bunch of people are gonna have a ton of questions about that. You've got a great audience, Jake. I really do. I really appreciate you guys. I have a ton of people that like reach out to me individually and ask me how I'm doing and ask me questions, which is really awesome. I have a ton of loyal subscribers that like when I post a video on YouTube, a lot of times it'll have like 7 likes before it even has 1 view, which is awesome. So people just immediately get that notification and watch it and like it, which is really awesome. I really appreciate that. And then a lot of you guys, like, I've never had to have a mod because you guys are so respectful and stuff. Every once in a while, we'll get someone that says some weird stuff, but I just think it's funny. But yeah, I really love you guys. You guys are awesome. Cindy says, are you using AI chat GPT? I started using it a few days ago and have been running tests between not using it on similar items and been selling the items with chat GPT selling. I don't use AI for eBay, but I use chat GPT every single day of my life. So I love to research and to ask questions and stuff. So I Google things all the time. My mother-in-law, she always says, "Oh, I have a jacked," which is a Jake fact, because I just give out random facts of what I read about or listened to on a podcast that morning. So I love to do research and stuff. And so I'm constantly asking ChatGPT questions all the time. So I use AI every day, but I don't use it for eBay at all. I'm a terrible reseller video is doing well for me. Yeah. So especially now with this new audience going to your what's it called? To your channel. Everyone that just recently subscribed to Soda City Flips, go watch his I'm a Terrible Reseller video and watch every single second of it. And then YouTube will get a really nice reaction from that. And then they'll send it out to more people like us that are enthralled in the reselling community. And if you guys ever want to support your favorite YouTuber, whether that be me or Soda City Flips or Kevin or Josh or anyone, the best thing you can do is watch the video all the way through. And then if you ever get a survey, take the survey and say that you are very happy with YouTube. The best thing that you can do is if you get a survey right after a video and you say that you are very pleased with YouTube's recommendations, that YouTuber is going to see huge growth because YouTube is focused on customer satisfaction. Years ago, it used to be customer retention, but some people, would watch conspiracy theories for 8 hours in a row, get a little freaked out, and then never go to YouTube again. Or people would watch, or YouTubers would understand, okay, YouTube wants the best retention possible, so I'm just going to make a 38-minute video that should only be 8 minutes and just add 30 minutes of fluff. And then they were realizing that their consumers, the people watching the videos, were leaving with a negative experience and spending less time on YouTube. So they moved on from retention to satisfaction. So the best thing you can do is watch the video all the way through, leave a comment, and then the best thing you can do is leave a positive survey. But the surveys, you don't get a ton of surveys. But if you ever get a survey right after one of your favorite YouTubers' videos, go ahead and say you're having a positive experience with YouTube. That'll help that YouTuber the most. Sorry for that tangent. I am only using it for optimized descriptions and titles. I'm using the free version 3.5. Yeah. Hey, Andy, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. I really appreciate that. I do a podcast every Wednesday for channel members only. This is my least part about doing YouTube because this is my job, so I do this to make money. I love helping people and answering questions. And one of the main reasons why I do YouTube is to help other people, but it's also to make money and support my dog and my wife. So I do a podcast every Wednesday for members only, and any membership gets you access to that podcast. So if anyone would like to sign up for members, just as Anthony did, I'd really appreciate that. If you don't, that's okay. I don't care. But yeah, it'd be really awesome. And Dragon Masters finds that's Anthony. I just know him personally, so I call him by his name. I mean, I've never met him in real life, but we've had talks over. It's really weird that I know a ton of you virtually. I worked with a guy who was 7'2". Yeah, dude, that's nuts. Anyone over 6'7" is tall, and anyone over 7 foot is really tall. So I'm 6'1", and I've always been athletic enough to have athletic friends. So like I played basketball and rugby and a few sports in high school, and so I've always just felt like I'm like tall-ish. But then I watch my videos where I'm like outsourcing with people, and I'm like, wow, I'm actually pretty tall. My wife tells me I'm tall all the time, and she's 5'7", so she's pretty tall for a girl. But I've just never felt tall at 6'1". But then sometimes I'm around other people, and I feel pretty tall. So, sorry, someone just rang the doorbell. How's it going, man? Hey, I'm doing a live on YouTube. So if you just want to hang out in the living room, I'll come talk to you in like 15 minutes. Is that cool?
Yeah, dude.
Sweet. Thanks, man. Sorry, guys. One of my friends from California is visiting. He's going to spend a couple nights with me. But we've been going for an hour and 17 minutes. Let's go for 13 more. Photographic memory. Yeah, so I have a decently photographic memory. Is there a way to not pay sales tax when buying items to resell? Don't want to pay double income tax. Learned about reseller certificate, but read I need to have a business to apply. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, so you don't have to pay sales tax if you have your reseller certificate. In most states, it's free unless, of course, you live in California. Just kidding. It might even be free in California, but if a state charges for it, it would be California. What kind of song do you sing or hum in your head? Every single song that I hear. It's wild. So like yeah, it's just whatever. So one of the most annoying songs that gets stuck in my head. Have you guys seen the new Mario movie where Bowser is playing the piano? He's going peaches, 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 peaches. That's in my head all day long. And then just a ton of other songs. Never Enough sometimes it gets stuck in my head. That one off of The Greatest Showman. Oh man, I just have that lady screaming in my head all day long. And then I listened to like some rap and hip hop in high school. So a lot of times like a Lil Wayne or a Jay-Z song will be stuck in my head. Or yeah, it's different every couple hours. New subscriber, awesome to catch you live. Hey, thanks for being here, Simply Dana. Appreciate it. Please, a video on postage and mailing. It's biggest holdup to start. Yeah. It's the biggest barrier for eBay sellers is shipping. So I have a few videos on it, but there's been some major changes with USPS. So I need to do some updated videos on shipping. Random fact from a podcast from today, please. So let's see, what was I listening to this morning? Because so today I went to, oh no, you guys don't want to hear my random facts today because I listened to the Trash to Cash podcast this morning from St. George to this small town called Cedar. That's 40 minutes away. But let's see, one of my random jacks is that of all the corner kicks in professional soccer, only about 2 to 4% of them result in a goal. So there's a jack for the day. When join your group, do you help out and give any advice? Yeah. And a lot of people are asking me to do like coaching, and I don't want to do a full-on Patreon or a full-on Facebook group. Maybe I will one day, but I've been kind of playing around with the idea of doing a members only live where you guys can ask me more in-depth questions. I can pull up your guys' stores on screen and do things like that. So you guys can let me know in the chat and also on email and stuff if you guys would ever like me to do like a coaching tier. At that tier, I would probably have to, if eventually if you guys want that, then I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll just do it at the $2.99. Any tier above the $2.99 per month would get you guys access to a coaching call if enough people messaged me saying they were interested in it. But yeah, also if you become a member at any level, it shows me every time you guys comment. So if you guys ever have questions on a video, it alerts me a member has commented on your video, and I'm usually able to get to them quicker. When sourcing, how often do you keep stuff for yourself? Never. That's why I'm good at this job, is because I have kept one pair of On Clouds for myself and this Travis Matthews shirt. 2 items in 2 years. I keep stuff for my wife. Like, she tells me that I have to keep all doTERRA products that I find. But yeah, for myself, I've only kept 2 items, and I've purchased over 10,000. Probably purchased over 15,000 by now. Dragon Master Finds became a member of the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. Dakota Flip says, yeah, finally made it to your live. Yay. That's what I'm talking about. Hello. Hey, Dakota. Hello. Finally made it to a live. It's really awesome that I try to do lives during different times throughout the day so it can be exposed to different people who have different schedules. So that's good. Hey, again from Louisville. I appreciate the valuable information. Did I say it right? Brought to you by is also a member of the channel. So hey, thanks for being here. You're awesome. Hey, Soda City Flips. I'm up to 442 subs. You guys are amazing. Not enough. We need 58 more subs. Everyone leave right now and go subscribe to Soda City Flips on YouTube. It's the solar seller guy. I do door-to-door sales, whether it's pest control, solar, alarm systems, a lot of money. I consider you a friend and mentor, and everyone here, all of us are part of the community, and I like making friends. Don't have many in real life. Hey, no worries, man. That's what I love about community, especially in the reseller network, the reseller community. Like it's a community. If you guys haven't yet, you guys should bookmark tonight. The Nurse Flipper and Punching and Picking, they do a reseller live every Tuesday night. If you want to see the reseller community at its finest, there it is. I really love that Tuesday podcast live, whatever it's called. Good evening, Flippers. Good to have you here. My dog's barking now. LOL. Yeah, sorry. My dog was barking at my friend. Luckily, Scout knows Chris well, so I feel comfortable having him just hang out in the living room while I finish this up. Caleb says, thanks for hanging out with me while I listed. Going to hang with my family. Enjoy your night, brother. Hey, thanks so much, Caleb. Start doing that YouTube content when you can. And I understand how busy this can be, so get to it when you can. Do you happen to know off the top of your head if you are allowed to sell products made eel skin on eBay? Yeah, I think so. I've sold, don't quote me on that, but I've sold, I sell ostrich skin wallets. So I don't know if there's an issue there at all. The Peaches, Never Gonna Give Up. The remix is on. Oh, dude, Peaches. And then there's a song where it's called Millions of Peaches for Me. That one stuck in my head a lot too. And then, dude, because you guys talked about peaches, Now, good old Justin Bieber is going to be stuck in my head for 90 minutes. That'll be awesome. I know you guys are talking about Bowser's Peaches, but now I get my peaches out in Georgia. Yeah. It's going to be stuck. Never enough. I just hit 200. Dakota Flips. You have a channel as well. Everyone go follow Dakota Flips. That's awesome. Manu mana do da do. Always stuck in my head. You're welcome. I don't know what that one is. I have 200 people that like to hear me rambling. That's what I'm talking about. Alan says, hi, Jake. How's it going? That would be great. Go for a coaching tier. Just found 1764 golf shirt. Know anything about these? I know that eBay does. So type in 1764 golf shirt, and they know. eBay and Google know significantly more than J-Ride Flips does. That's the best way to find out. I want the coaching tier like yesterday, LOL, but I mentioned that I mentioned that to you a while ago. Yeah, a lot of people are interested in the coaching tier, so I think I might make one. I'm also, when I get 10,000 subs on YouTube or TikTok, I'm also going to be launching a website, jrideflips.com. I have stickers. I'm also going to do IKEA bags, but instead of it saying IKEA, it'll say J-Ride Flips, cool things like that. What's your most valuable basketball card? I have a Luka Doncic rookie card that at the peak was worth like $7,500, but right now it's probably worth like $1,200. I also have a few LeBron James jersey patch cards that are worth a few hundred as well. I do like the idea of Discord too. I don't know how to set one up though. I'm a mod in a few pages though. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, good to know. You're here a lot, and the lives are growing a bit. So if you'd like to be a mod for some of the lives, let me know too. I also don't have a join button on Facebook. I think it's just a page, not a group. Not sure which you wanted, but sounds like you wanted to make a group. Yeah, so I have like 170 followers and then like 64 likes. So for some reason, some people can see the follow button and other people can't. I'm not sure why. Jake, can you enable captions so I can watch live while I'm at work? LOL. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that on the next one. Listen to the Snoop remix of Peaches. So good, dude. I'm sure it is. I'll take a look. I'm always singing too. Yeah, dude. Another sub for you, Dakota. Everyone's supporting each other. That's what I'm talking about. Brand, baby, brand. I'll buy your merch. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm building a brand for sure. Also, I don't know. Me and my wife were talking about it the other day. We talked a lot about how I don't think she's ever going to make an appearance on this channel just because people are ruthless and mean. Like, I don't mind it when people are mean to me. Like I've said, it just helps me, which is awesome. But man, you talk crap on my wife, I'll mess you up. So, but she's a D1 athlete. She's very fit. She's very knowledgeable in nutrition. She has a bachelor's degree and all that stuff. And she's really flirted around with the idea of making a healthy recipes Instagram and TikTok and things like that. So that may be in the works as well. So we may just be we may just brand the riders completely. Be pretty cool. Dude, I need a sticker trade you. Yeah, I'll definitely be putting out that website to get some stickers out into the world. No problem. Let's all crush it together. Having trouble sourcing boxes for shipping golf clubs. Have you ever tried buying them on Amazon? If so, are they worth it? Yeah, for some reason, I haven't made this video yet, but you can make boxes, and then also you can just go to used golf stores and get them out of the dumpster. Like, I get like 10 or 15 every time I go, and I go like once a week. And you can just get them out of the dumpster. Hey, Trash Picks, new sub, fellow Utah resident. Really enjoyed the channel. Great tips and amazing transparency. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, especially from a fellow Utahn. It's awesome. Have about 260 listings. I just started full-time 30 days ago. What is the point of the draft bank? If I work to list something, why save it for later? When you have to get a hernia surgery like me and you'll be down for 11 days, you'll be able to make money all year round. And if you want to have a good work-life balance and make the same amount of money every single week, if you want to go to your son's baseball game and still make the exact same amount of money as if you didn't, draft bank comes in handy. Tropic, I found a local supply company for boxes. I use 5x5 for drivers and 4x4 for all others. UPS sells boxes for golf clubs. I was able to like your Facebook page on your main. I was able to follow by clicking the 3 dots to the right. Follow option was there on the app. Hey, sweet. So if you guys want to follow me on Facebook, but you can only like it, try clicking on those 3 dots and it may give you the option to follow it as well. But yeah, with that being said, guys, thanks everybody for being here. We've been going for an hour and 30 minutes. I really appreciate the activity and the engagement that you guys bring to these lives. Thank you so much for all the support, guys. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have an amazing day, an amazing week. I'll be putting out some more content later this week. My wife is going to be gone for 5 days on a soccer trip. So I'll have a ton of time to make some more content. If you haven't yet already, go ahead and follow me on Facebook and TikTok if you're into that. I enjoy all this content. So thanks everybody for being here. And then lastly, everyone go subscribe to Soda City Flips. Like seriously, go subscribe to Soda City Flips. Awesome channel. I really want to get him to 500 subs by the end of tonight. And he's at 443 according to my phone. Oh, hey, thank you so much, Gail. Gail with the $5 super chat says, thank you for generously sharing your knowledge. Yeah, guys, I want to share all the knowledge I can with you guys. I want you guys to put me out of business. I want you guys to sell the things that I sell even better than I do. So I will never hold that information from you guys. I'm not one of those guys that will tell you what I sold 6 months ago. Like I'll tell you, like I just showed you guys, I had 4 or 5 sales on this live. And I hope you guys go and find those 5 items and ship them out yourselves. So really appreciate you guys. I hope that I can give you guys more value than you guys give to me. So thank you guys so much for being here. You guys have a great day.